Hello, hello, everyone. Hello. Doing pretty good. How about yourself? How you doing? 2:30 in the morning. Hello. Oh, nice. Uh, what are you playing, like a module or homebrew module? Nice. That's fair. I my actual day job is running tabletop games. So I I'm always curious what people are playing. Yeah, I've been doing it for about 5 years now. So that's where a little bit of my writing comes in. Okay, so it's about that time. All right, time to resume. Hello, Myron. All right, Dragon's Roar versus Warrior's Triumph is going to be starting us off tonight. All right. Dragon starting off with a reload bait. Marauding Captain hits the field, summons with it Grandmaster Sasuke. And they're gonna put the Fusion Sword Murasame Blade and the Wicked Flamberge. That's gonna be a 3100 Grandmaster Sasuke that Dragons has to deal with very fast. That's looking like that's just gonna be a Mass Dragon. That'll at least keep the life points safe this round. Yeah, Sasuke looks different from how I remember him. Dragons, unfortunately, are going to be dropped very, very low to start off with. They're going to need to top deck something real good, real fast. It's reload. Call of the Haunted. Oh, but the Royal Decree chain. Blocked. Dragons are now down to 100 life points. Sasuke keeps killing Mass Dragon with his effect. That's going to be game 1 to Warriors Triumph. Hey there, Lev. All right. Alright, will they take round 2 as well? Stamping Destruction is going to hit that Royal Decree. They won't have to worry about it this time around. Warrior Returning Alive is going to bring back the Mystic Swordsman. Throws it out in attack mode with nothing to back it. Armed Dragon level 5 gonna hit the field. This time it's gonna be Warriors who are a bit on the back foot. Goblin Attack Force gonna come out to the field. Mass Dragon gonna search out Element Dragon. Equips Fusion Sword Murasame Blade after attacking, going to defense mode. Red Eyes Black Dragon gonna hit the field. Red Eyes Darkness Dragon gonna hit the field. Dragon's Rage for the Pierce for 3,900. Dragon's Roar not looking to go out quietly. Round 3 hype. Ooh, a reload start by Dragons, never a great sign. Darkblade starting off with the Fusion Sword. Red Eyes Black Chick gonna go to the grave immediately. Dragons taking some massive damage. Can they field something? Premature Burial is gonna pull out Red Eyes Black Chick. Do we have a Red Eyes? No, but we have a Swords. Mystical Space Typhoon going to hit the new face down. That was a Magic Jammer. could potentially be game-changing. Dragons really need to pull something here. Stamping Destruction gonna hit the new face down. That's gonna be Lightning Vortex, which was set. Dragons do finally field a second monster. Make that 3 monsters, sorry. MST gonna hit the face down Dragon's Rage. No piercing shenanigans this time. Warrior Lady's effect is not mandatory. You can choose to activate it. But DD Warriors is mandatory. Ooh, Arm Dragon level 5. Gonna hit the field. Noxious Celtic Guardian. Ooh, nothing there, though, for warriors. Or, sorry, for dragons. That is gonna be that for dragons. Warriors Triumph takes that round. Now it is Spellcaster's Judgment versus Fury from the Deep. Early Gravity Bind hit by Spellcasters. It's a round robin tournament, so there's no one getting eliminated. It's every deck is going to play each other twice, and I'm basically tallying up all the wins, who beats who, because that's going to give a very comprehensive look at like how all the decks perform against each other. So no one is ever going to be eliminated from the tournament, but we are keeping track like how good they do throughout this whole thing. And since there's 32 decks, this is why it's going to be a very, very long project. Fury from the Deep, not able to field a monster. Do they have an answer? No. Apprentice Magician thrown on the field, gives Breaker back his... well, that's gonna be a Torrential Tribute. Then we're gonna hit the field. That is... oh, well, no card draw stoppage because it didn't destroy anything. A Lightning Vortex for Fenrir, even though we had a monster that could wall it. Very interesting decision by... Spellcaster is going to drop a Heavy Storm that's going to bait out the reload. Unshaven Angler going to hit the Magician of Faith. Magician of Faith is going to pull back the Heavy Storm. Tsukuyomi is going to get run over. Skilled Dark Magician hits the field. Spellcaster's right now potentially back in control. I would have taken out the Angler. Ooh, they decide not to attack in fear of the face down. That is probably going to cost them the duel if they do lose. Pot of Greed top deck. That is going to make that Dark Magician super powerful. 4,400. Mobius the Frost Monarch gonna come in. Doesn't target the Mage Power. Chaos Sorcerer gonna hit the field. That's going to be round 1 to Judd. How do I do what? Spellcaster's Judgment, officially A tier. The Sea of Orichalcos is destroyed immediately. Torrential Tribute gonna hit the field super early. Premature Burial is gonna call back Apprentice Magician. Okay. Premature Burial coming out from Fury from the Deep as well, coming back with Starboy. Apprentice is, yup, gonna call out Magician of Faith because they love Magician of Faith so much. We're gonna get back what? Premature Burial, yep. Skilled Dark gonna hit the field. We're gonna bring back a Rapid Fire Magician. Starboy is gonna be taken out. Mother Grizzly is going to be replaced with Unshaven Angler. Heavy Storm gonna take them out, give a second counter, but Unshaven Angler is gonna count for the double tribute. Leviathan Dragon is now going to beat down the Skilled Dark Magician. Can spellcasters top deck their way back into this? Thank you, Austin. Alright, that is going to be Fury from the Deep taking that W. Okay. Ooh, setting 7-colored fish at the start wouldn't have mattered because it would have been a Dark Magician start anyway. The Sea of Orichalcos hits the field. The Tribe Infecting Virus is going to take out Skilled Dark Magician. That's going to be a difficult start for spellcasters to come back from. Never mind. They got a Premature Burial, combined with Pitchback Power Stone. Attack Mode Magician of Faith? They're trolling, chat. Tsukiyomi flips Magician of Faith back down, which, well, like, I guess. Ooh, Magical Dimension for Dark Magician in defense mode? What the? Chat, what are they doing? What are they doing? Over there, up there. What are they doing? And there's Gravity Bind. You guys could have won. You could have won last turn. Now you have to rely on Magician of Faith to go attack mode and punch. Oh my god, they're not gonna do it. You gotta be kidding me. And here's Leviathan Dragon. Here's Ocean Lord Neo Daedalus. Everything gets sent. Everything's gone. Biggest throw. Unreal. Unreal throw. Judd had that. They 100% had that. But they threw. They threw it to Fury from the Deep. Biggest throw of all time. Alright, now it's going to be Blaze of Destruction versus Invincible Fortress. Invincible Fortress is one of the 4 remaining undefeated decks. So we'll see if it can keep up its current winning streak against Blaze of Destruction. It's going to be a giant rat start for Fortress. Raging Flame Sprite. It has no way to not get beat down by Giant Road. Never mind, I spoke too soon. They're going to Magic Drain. Do they have an answer? No. I feel like you maybe should have tested with Flame Sprite. Or with the level limit. Oh, there's a new level limit. Unfortunately, far too late. Ectoplasm are going to be on the field. And now we're going to Heavy Storm. Blaze is making some interesting plays right now. Ah, it's the most mighty of burn! Meteor of destruction! And it actually works this time. And Invincible Fortress really putting on the hurt right now. 800 damage. Solar Flare Dragon hits the field, has to deal with the ordeal of a Traveler. Hits the card, that's gonna get bounced. The world's slowest beatdown continues. Solar Flare Dragon returns, but really needs to do something about the Medusa Worm. That is going to take out the Aztec statue. Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. Guardian Sphinx going to return the Solar Flare Dragon to the hand. This is the slowest death. Alright. Blaze is gonna need something pretty strong to not get killed here. Ooh, Molten Destruction. Correctly guesses. That's gonna get rid of the Medusa. Unfortunately, that is too little, too late. Oh, wow. The BM brain control. And then hammer shots the brain controlled solar. I guess it's just like extra BM. It's like, hey, look, I could have just taken it and beaten you down with it, but I'm also going to take it and then hit it over the back of the head with my giant hammer. God, Invincible Fortress, you are so extra. Yuki would be confused. Alright, early Molten Destruction. Great, Angus is going to immediately get rid of the Molten Destruction. Double back row for Blaze. Gigantes hits the field. Reckless Greed. The Interceptor cannons are back. Blaze is already in trouble. Fortress has 3 monsters on the field. But here's Molten Zombie to hit a giant rat. Which just gets replaced with another giant rat. We're going to premature the other giant rat. We're going to tribute not the premature burial giant rat. Alright, well, they couldn't have lethaled with the cannons. Here's Solar Flare Dragon. But... you're cooked, though, right? You have nothing. Okay, Fortress gets a convincing 2-0 against Blaze of Destruction. Solar Flare is a cool card. Okay. Next is going to be Lord of the Storm versus Zombie Madness. The Fortress has held. It is still sitting at 4-0. That's a Sonic Duck opener. Gonna walk right into Spirit Reaper. Compulsory on the Sonic Duck after it attacks. Dust Tornado going to hit Magic Jammer. Sonic Duck is back. Does not attack. Pyramid Turtle is going to self-destruct. Gets out Ryukoki. It's a Harpy Lady 2 discarded to the graveyard. Nobleman of Crossout attempt that is going to get hit by Magic Jammer. Lord of the Storm rapidly losing cards in its hand. Despair from the Dark is going to hit the field. They had nothing summonable. Oh, Book of Life gonna bring back Ryukoki. Harpy Lady 3 is... effect goes off, but it does not matter. Zombie Madness is gonna take round 1. Okay, here we go. Opening card destruction. And that summons Despair from the Dark. So they have to immediately Lightning Vortex it. Alright, Lord of the Storm is down to just 2 cards. One in the field, one in the hand. Compulsory is gonna hit Lady Ninja. Another compulsory by zombies. They just won't let the Lady Ninja stay on the field. Lord of the Storm has to pull something big, or they're out. I don't think that'll qualify. And Zombie Madness is decisively gonna 2-0 Lord of the Storm. Okay, next up we have Hero Strike versus Dinosaur's Rage. Hero Strike is one of the decks that has not had a victory yet. Dinosaur's Rage has a positive win rate at the moment. Alright, we have a Neo-Spacian Grand Mole opener, which... it is what it is. Hydro Geddon gonna swing in for 1600. Grand Mole's back. Just gonna throw it back into the hand. Hydro Geddon's back. Dude, if this duel is nothing but Neospacian just kicking Hydro Geddon back to the hand, and they just die from eventual Hydro Geddon beatdown, I'm going to lose it. Please tell me it's not another Grand Mole. Okay, they pull Stratos. Stratos is gonna pull Bubble Man. And they're gonna punch out the Hydro Geddon. Heroes only lost like most of their life points to the Grand Mole. And now this Grand Mole loop is going to be used to absolutely devastate Dino's life points. I'm gonna leave what they have face down a mystery. We're not supposed to know, and we also can't tell what the other side's got, so. Dino's really unsure what to do here. This time, Compulsory is just gonna hit. Summoner Monk hits the field. Going to use its effect to summon Shadow Mist. Oh, but Hunting Instinct is going to trigger. That's going to send Gilsaurus to the field. Ooh, Magical Arm Shield, however, is going to steal the Summoner Monk. Mask Change going to trigger on Stratos to bring out Divine Wind. Get that extra card draw. Another mask change, this time Shadow Mist into Dark Claw. That's gonna make things very awkward for Dinos. MST strikes out a Call of the Haunted. I still don't think they have any answer for the Grand Mole. Blade Edge called to the hand. Darklaw gonna punch out Tyranno Infinity. And I do believe that's it for Dinos. Oh. Never mind! They survive. Jurassic World and nothing. That's gonna get Grand Mold, isn't it? No. Okay, Hero Strike with a decisive round one. Alright, Dinos get to go second this time. That's Hyper Hammerhead and Gilsaurus immediately. Compulsory going to be used to kick Hammerhead back to the hand. I guess that makes a little bit of sense because they want to get their polymerization. Do we see a poly? Yes, we do. Gaia hits the field. Call of the Haunted going to be used for Stratos. Stratos searches out Bubble Man. We've got a full field of heroes. Oh, that is a killer negate attack. If Hammerhead really wants max value, yep. I would have told him to go swing for Gaia to get rid of him, but... Oh! Randomly sets a card to destroy it with Volcanic Eruption. Interesting move, Dinos, but... Black Terra in attack mode does not attack with it. Foolish Burial, gonna send Shadow Mist to the grave. That's gonna bring Heat to the hand. Wow, Vortex sending Superconductor Tyranno to the grave just for Heat. Hydrogeddon is gonna show up. Runs right into a Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk effect is going to trigger, dumping Hero Mask to bring out Honest. Mask Change 2 going to be played on Honest to get out Koga. Form Change is going to trade out Koga for Divine Wind. Summoner Monk going on the attack. Free card draw for heroes. Pot of Duality. What will it call? They're gonna take Rhoda. Baby has to be destroyed by a card effect in particular for its effect to trigger. Alright, Dinos have one turn to turn this around. They do not. Blade Edge called to the hand, not like it really matters. That is going to be Hero Strike's first win in this tournament. Alright, we now got Synchron Extreme versus Machine Revolt. Machine Revolt starting off with an Ancient Gear Cannon. Speed Warrior gonna hit the field. Stronghold the Moving Fortress is gonna jump out in a panic, I guess. Cannon Soldier going to show up, going to hit Speed Warrior. Is it going to use its effect? No, it is going to be modest and hold on. Yellow Gadget going to be calling Green Gadget to the hand. Are they going to try and build up the 3,000 attack Stronghold? No, never mind. We're just gonna tribute for 500 extra damage. We had a chance, Machine Revolt. And they hit again, tribute off a gadget for 500 extra damage. Night Beam going to destroy the Ancient Gear tank, which is going to result in 600 more burn. Red Gadget now hits the field. Doppel Warrior going to get destroyed. 1,300 damage, and then Cannon Soldier is probably going to tribute it. Yep, there it is. Another 500 damage. Heavy Storm is going to hit and summon out Speed Warrior. And now Ancient Gear Chimera is here. Black Dragon calls White Dragon. Saku Retsu armor. I'm not sure why they... It's Ancient Gear Gajiltron Dragon. They're gonna use Ancient Gear Explosive to get the exact 0 burn on Synchron Extreme. What a finish. I don't know why the baby Synchrons are in, or the dragons are in Synchron Extreme. We're gonna get an early Synchro summon from Synchron Extreme. Junk Warrior hits the field. Dark Eruption is going to call back Junk Synchron. Enemy Controller is going to mess with Junk Warrior. Imperial Iron Wall, I think, is completely dead against them. Solemn Judgment for the Heavy Storm. Pretty bad choice. Summons Gen X Neutron in attack mode. It's gonna pull Gen X Birdman to the hand. Sets Junk Synchron. Very strange moves. Swift Scarecrow to stop 1200 damage. I have seen Death Battle, yes. And I do know that Ash and Yugi is coming up next. As far as who's gonna win that Death Battle, I think it's going to entirely depend on, like, what version of each character they're using. Because, like, I can't think of, like, if Yugi is gonna have his, like, ancient magic, I don't know what Ash does to not get, like, Shadow Realmed. Or, like, you know, anything that would just stop that. Because, like, I haven't seen all the episodes of Pokemon, so I don't know what feats he really has to stop, like, his soul from getting messed with. And then it, like, entirely depends on, like, are they using Pharaoh Atem, who can summon real monsters? Okay, Synchronic Stream just, like, unceremoniously lost while we were talking about this. Alright, next is Surge of Radiance versus Geargia Rampage. But yeah, like, it just entirely depends on what version of Yugi they're using. Because, like, if they're using Pharaoh Atem, I don't see how Ash, like, even competes. If it's, like, some weird version of Yugi that, like, is mostly just playing holograms that maybe deal damage, then... But, like, it's hard for me to say, because without having seen, like, all the seasons of Pokemon, like, the thing with, like, power scaling is, like, all it takes is some very weird implication to entirely change where someone ranks on, like, power scaling. Because, like, I kind of, like, loosely watch power scaling videos from time to time, and, like, to me, they're kind of funny because you have to, like, look at, like, what happens, and you have to take it for, like, super face value. You have to go, okay, the author definitely intended for this character to be, like, multi-continental, when, like, all they decided was, like, oh, this character can kick this pillar and break it. His Pokemon are scary, but like I said, I think it just ultimately depends on, like, which version of Yugi they're using. Are they using Atem? Because if they're using the Atem that can summon the actual Egyptian gods, like, you know, Ash's Pokemon can throw hands with legendaries, but they usually don't win outright. There's only like a few cases where Ash's Pokemon have beaten legendaries. Because like we had Ash's Charizard beating Articuno, and Ash sacking like half his team to take out a Darkrai. He's had like legendary Pokemon chill with him for a bit. I don't think he has any in regular rotation because he didn't use them in his final team where he like won the Masters 8. Okay, well, as far as what's going on over here, we have a little bit of a slow-burning fight. What were Tobias's other 4 Pokemon? What gen was Tobias in? Because it's a little bit of a haze for me with the Pokemon seasons. Oh, I'm not drinking beer. I'm drinking Diet Pepsi. Yeah, Tobias was like, what, Gen 4? If Tobias was Gen 4, I guess it really kind of depends, like, if the rest of his team is just, like, Game Sharked legendaries or not. Okay, Surge of Radiance is absolutely going to stomp on Geargia Rampage in round 1. I have not tried Strawberry and Cream Pepsi Max. I usually just have Diet Pepsi. Regular Pepsi, like, actually is really rough on me, but I like Diet Pepsi. Heart Gold Soul Silver is like definitely one of my favorites of all time. Yeah, okay, so Diamond and Pearl would be Gen 4. Okay. I think it's fair to say... What? Let's take a break from commentating a sec. I wouldn't be surprised if he had had a Garchomp. Because, like, he seems to have, like, a lot of strong Pokemon. That would be doubling up on, like, Dragon typing. But I feel like he'd do it. As far as... about Gen 3. I could see him maybe having like a Metagross also. Yeah, I just expect, like, given, like, the aura he, like, supposedly had, I just expect he would have had, like, a bunch of crazy strong Pokemon. I am assuming he doesn't have 6 legendaries. He might. He might just be the Game Shark guy. I really liked X and Y also. That was definitely one of my favorite gens. One gen that I really liked that everyone seemed to be pretty mad about was Gen 8. I loved Gen 8. Like, Sword and Shield got me back into Pokemon because I was out for a while. Like, after X and Y, I didn't play anything from Gen 7. I played Legend ZA. ZA was fun. Okay, Geargeo Rampage gets 2-0'd. We're at 5 2-0s in a row right now. And next up is Realm of Light versus Curse of Darkness. Hey, Nasaro. Doing pretty good. How are you doing? Pegasus is a hack. I will be shocked if Realm of Light loses this. Like, Curse of Darkness, I feel, is just way too slow paced to have any business beating Realm of Light. Giant Orc. Here he is. There he is. Wow, we vanquished Plague Wolf. Not really sure. Yep. Good old cool cat. Wow, Orc actually did not die. Ooh, skill successor. Allows the Alexandrite Dragon to punch over. Oh, what's his name? I like barely ever see him. Lich Lord. Mist Archfiend shows up, punches it out, and then self-destructs. I mean, you know, Lightsworn is really low on life points right now. Okay, no, Realm of Light is getting back in this pretty fast. Giant Tornado gonna hit the field, not really gonna matter too much. Lila's gonna get punched out by Dragonoot. Dragonoot gonna go to defense. Synchro Summon! Michael gonna hit the field. Pot of Avarice from Curse of Darkness. Michael gonna pay 1,000 to banish the tomato. Shire gonna swing in for 3,200. And alright, Lightsworn made it look a little dicey in round 1, but they still won in the end. All that matters is that last life point. Okay. Lightsworn starting out with Blackwing. It's gonna get hit immediately by Nobleman of Crossout. Ectoplasmer put on the field with no monsters at all. Lumina gonna swing in for 1k. MST is gonna hit Skill Successor. And then Lumina is going to trigger effect. Get Wolf, but then Ectoplasmer is going to tribute Lumina. Well, Nasaro, there is a structure deck. The next video, structure deck video 8, does cover Yugi and Kaiba's structure decks. There was originally a comment in the script for episode 7 that mentioned that the next decks coming up were their structure decks, but that video was like super long when I originally made it. Alright, that goes exactly how I expected that match to go. Oh my god, okay, that is 6 in a row where we've had 2 zeros. Now we're at Rise of the Dragon Lords. Rise of the Dragon Lords versus Cyber Dragon Revolution. What am I doing? Atticus gets Dragon Lords. Ah, that is a bricked opening hand for Dragon Lords. Mausoleum of the Emperor gonna throw Tyrant Dragon onto the field. Oh, there's Cyber Dinosaur. It's gonna use limiter removal to crash into Tyrant Dragon. Mass Dragon on the field. Premature Burial. It's a tribute for Tyrant Dragon. Shallow Grave. Going to be used. That'll revive Cyber Dinosaur and Mass Dragon. There goes Cyber Dinosaur again immediately. MST on Malevolent Catastrophe and not the Premature Burial. That is a choice. Double Crash. They retrieve Cyber Dragon Zwei. That's going to punch out the Snipe Hunter. They're going to add Evolution Burst to the hand. And Evolution Burst is going to deal with the Tyrant Dragon. Oh, but they top deck Felgren Dragon. I think that's going to be a Dragon Lord's win. Yes. Rise of the Dragon Lords takes round 1. Cyber Dragon Core, going to add Cyber Network to the hand. 2 cards get set. Another Mausoleum start for Dragons. They're going to tribute for Horus. Evolution Burst is going to hit the Mausoleum. Probably a good call. Cyber Network going to be destroyed by Dust Tornado. Big Bang Shot going on Herald of Creation. I believe Cyber Network prevented Core from being destroyed. Cyber Dragons are in big trouble. They might get 2-0'd, which would make this the 7th match in the row. Okay. Did not expect Rise of Dragon Lords to defeat Cyber Dragon Revolution. Though, I guess I probably should have. Cyber Dragon Revolution still has not won a match yet. Alright, it is Saga of one Blue Eyes White Dragon versus the Dark Emperor. I'm personally rooting for Blue Eyes. Whoops, Soul Exchange is going to tribute DD Survivor for a Rabba Dragon. And then that's going to get Torrential. $2,600 Bazoo is going to get enemy controllered. Dragons don't have anything to kill the 900 defense Bazoo. Ooh. Probably should have waited on that damage condenser. Could have had a Blue Eyes out. Oh, never mind. We have Kaiba Man. Blue Eyes White Dragon gonna hit the field, take out the Bazoo. Ooh, Dark Core. Goodbye, Blue Eyes. Soul Release on just Bazoo. Tefnuit takes out DD Survivor. Gets tributed for Kaiser Glider. By order of the Emperor is gonna shut... Or it's not gonna do anything. Just got activated for some reason. DD Dynamite gonna hit for 300 damage. Blue Eyes might take this. I would have bet for on Dark Emperor also, but right now Emperor is looking... Oh. Oh boy, the Shining Angel beatdown. Do they draw a monster? They do. It's Dimensional Alchemist that goes to the grave. Alchemist is gonna bring back DD Survivor. Shining Angel goes to the grave, summons another Shining Angel. Swords of Revealing Light. Gonna buy Blue Eyes some time. Set 3 back row. That's an Alexandrite Dragon. That's gonna punch out DD Survivor. Samsara Kaiser is gone. Will this be the round where Blue Eyes takes it? Rhoda. Gonna be for Exiled Force. Exiled Force is going to tribute itself and destroy Alexandrite. And that's gonna be game 1 to Saga of Blue Eyes. Okay. Will Saga take this round and make the 8th game in a row that we've had 2-0? Rhoda start for Dark Emperor. They did not draw any of their different dimension cards last round. Let's see if that changes. Kunai with Chain gonna turn DD Survivor to defense mode. Divine Dragon gonna swing in, get rid of the Survivor. Macrocosmos is active this time. So dragons will not be able to rely on the graveyard. Heavy hit by Caius the Shadow Monarch. Shining Angel gonna get hit, but because it goes to a banishment, that is going to prevent the search. Dragons have no answer. That is going to break the streak of 2-0 rounds. But we did have 7 games in a row where it was 2-0. Round 3 hype! Stamping Destruction from Saga. That's going to hit by order of the Emperor. Mirage Dragon gets turned to defense mode. Mirage Dragon is stopping traps from activating right now in the battle phase. Kazoo gets ejected to the hand. Shining Angel returns. Dragon Shrine, Rabbit-Dragon, and Whitestone sent to the grave. Blue Eyes in the hand. Silver's Cry is gonna bring Rabbit-Dragon out. Are we gonna get a Blue Eyes? No. They are going to stick with Mirage Dragon and Shining Angel. Dark Emperor in a bit of a rough spot. Blue Eyes hits the field now. For some reason, uses White Elephant's Gift to throw their second monster into the grave. Okay, I almost thought Blue Eyes was gonna throw Macro Cosmos to summon out Helios. Definitely through, could have won there. If they lose, we know where the breakpoint was. Dimensional Fissure, return from the different dimension, gonna bring back Helios to stand there and then leave. All right. Blue Eyes White Dragon, the one and only in the deck, attacks for game, defeating the Dark Emperor. Kaiba would be proud of the one and only Blue Eyes White Dragon. And now it is Zombie World up against Fire Kings. Zombie World playing the titular field spell. We have a very interesting use of Shrink here to prevent the destruction of the regenerating mummy. We randomly just summon Gurnia. Ooh, Magic Arm Shield going to be used. If we get a Red Eye Zombie Dragon summon here, that would be pretty sick. But we're not. They got nothing. They do have Molten Zombie though. Here's Plague Wolf, gonna double its attack, take out Molten Zombie, but Blast with Chain is gonna say no. Fire Kings filling their field up. Zombie World has one draw to come back, and yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they got anything here. Fire Kings absolutely destroy Zombie World. Fire Kings starting out with a Pot of Duality, UFO Turtle confidently thrown in attack mode, and 2 face downs. Terraforming from Zombie World is going to get Zombie World out on the field immediately. Better hope it's not destroyed. Pyramid Turtle is going to go run itself right into UFO Turtle. And we get a Red Eyes Zombie Dragon, which is going to go punch out the UFO Turtle. Regretful Rebirth is going to pull the turtle out before Red Eye Zombie can steal it. Red Eye Zombie attempts to defeat the Saber, but gets hit with Blast with Chain. Creature Swap, however, is going to turn the tides and give them Gurdia. Raging Flame Sprite going to direct attack. Unsurprisingly dies immediately. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast are going to get rid of the Neo Flamveil Saber. Soul Taker is going to destroy the Volcanic counter. Garunix hits the field. Spirit Reaper is going to wall off. Garunix is going to get destroyed, go to the grave. Effect is going to trigger, it's going to come back. Getsu Fuma is going to come in, use its effect to destroy Garunix. But Fire King is like getting destroyed. Because guess what? Garunix is back. Zombie's gonna have some major problems with Garunix here. Call of the Mummy. Going to be used to summon out Ryukoki in defense mode. That's all they got. Very strange move, Volcanic counter being used after taking 100 points of damage. This could potentially be a throw. Patrician's probably gonna redirect that into the face down. No, redirects it into self. Regenerating Mummy in the grave. Garunix swings for game. Alright, that's it. We were really trying to make that look more interesting than it actually was. Okay, next up is Spellcaster's Command versus Realm of the Sea Emperor. Twin Swords with Raging Flame Sprite is actually pretty gnarly. Alexis versus Zane. Red-Eyed Zombie Dragon is neat. And, like, really, Zombie World, like, when you actually build it, is way stronger. But, like, Zombie World out of the box, extremely weak. Enemy controller for the Warrior of Atlantis. Do they have a way to get rid of it? Skilled Dark Magician. Gets hit with Gravity Bind. Magical Marionette gets sent to the grave. Dragoon's going to swing in for a direct attack. Spellcasters are going to have to figure out a way to deal with this very fast, or they lose in 3 attacks. Alright, Dragoons have literally one more swing and they win the game. Twister gets... Well, you are stopping Dragoons from attacking, but if they draw another Legendary Ocean immediately, they're cooked. The Necromancer gets rid of Gravity Bind. Malevolent Nuzzler going on the Skilled Dark Magician. And Mage Power. Dark Hole wipes the field out. Sea Emperor takes round 1. Spellcaster's Command for a moment almost turned it around, but... The Sea of Orichalcos is out already. The spellcasters, what are you doing? Attack mode Crystal Seer, why? Guys. Spellcaster's Command making quite the choice. Magical Dimension going to be used to what? Tributes out the skilled Dark Magician for Mythical Beast Cerberus. Definitely should have saved that one. That's gonna be a regret. Spellcaster's Command does not want to win. I'm just letting you know right now. They are allergic to winning. As much as I want them to win, too. They are allergic to winning. Ooh, Magician's Circle to pull out Disenchanter. Very bold move. We'll see if it pays off. No Poseidra right now. Breaker the Magical Warrior. We're gonna use his effect to pop the back row. We're gonna pop Legendary Ocean. And Poseidon Wave. It's not once a turn, but, you know, normally, Breaker only has one spell counter. Spellcasters, I think, is cooked. They're gonna have 100 life points remaining. Swords! Swords top deck. They might be able to summon Super Endymion. Giant Trunade, that's a throw. Okay. That's a throw though. You're dead. You're gonna be so dead. Oh, what? Tower of Babel is quite the play. Sidra is here. Now, do they have anything to deal with him, though? Oh, you can't be serious. Oh my god, it's the big man himself. No way! No way! Do they actually win this? No shot. No way. What a wild turnaround. I would not have expected that. Oh, wow. That was not on my bingo card. That was not on my bingo card. Well, they're not out of the woods yet. They need to get one more win so they can be taken off of the forever losers board. Because right now, they still have not won a single match. They're one of 4 decks that have never won. Tower of Babel to open it up. Crystal Seer sent back to the hand immediately. We're just throwing Mako in attack mode for no reason. Breaker immediately getting rid of... Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. Gravity Bind. Probably should have waited, Breaker. Babel at 3. One more spell card and it explodes. Defender the Magical Knight has arrived. Ah, there's that Legendary Ocean. That's gonna be detonating the tower. Bam! 3,000 damage. Defender is going to endure. Seer going to flip up some cards. They pull the Skilled Dark Magician. Ooh, for Dark Eradicator. They're gonna blow up the Gravity Bind. Malevolent Nuzzler, that's going to be a very strong enchanter. They're going to get that damage directed back at them. Defender is going to protect the Necromancer. They're gonna get their own Citadel now. Are they gonna go offensive? No, they are going to stay defensively responsible and not full commit. We're gonna change Defender to attack mode after. Ooh! Defender is going to block for most of the field. Oh, never mind. No, that play was sick. They did it. Spellcaster's Command is off the forever loser board. That Defender move was so good. Holy smokes! Congratulations! Congratulations to Spellcaster's Command being taken off the losers board. Okay, next up is one of the remaining 4 undefeated decks. Samurai Warlords versus Warriors Strike. Quite the play from Spellcaster's Command. I'm so proud of them. DD Warrior going to swing into the Immortal Bushi, which is just gonna banish them both. I love the, like, final boss music we're getting. Nightmare Steel Cage is gonna buy Warriors some time. Rhoda for Evocator Chevalier. It's Spell Striker. Going to be used to get Freed the Matchless General out. Chamberlain of the Six Samurai is gonna wall them off for now. Future Samurai is now here. Two Six Samurai swarm the field. Shogun Shien's here at 3,500 thanks to A-Forces. That's a sweep, right? That's just a sudden win out of the blue. Alright, Six Samurai takes round one. The future is now. Oh, what? I didn't pay attention, and I definitely just, Whoops. Yeah, alright, hold on. I totally didn't realize that I didn't pick CPU. Okay, here we go for real. Well, cheese waffles still don't exist in the world right now, so probably not. Okay, 6 Samurai are in trouble, like, already. I 100% think Kaiba would have beaten Merrick. Like, they go through the trouble of showing, like, that Joey is, like, around Kaiba's level, but still kind of behind him, and Joey almost beat Merrick. Granted, Merrick was, like, messing around a little bit, but Kaiba's generally shown to be, like, around Yugi's level. Like, to the point where he usually pushes him to, like, be his best. So I definitely think that Kaiba could have done it. Especially because, like, he already... That went so fast. He already, like, had a card, like, ready in the wings to help him deal with Ra. Yeah, like, he had a plan. I wouldn't be surprised that, like, he would win. Crush Card wouldn't have targeted Ra because Ra's, like, counts as a 0. Unless you mean, like, if he's out. They're really inconsistent on, like, what works and what doesn't. But, yeah, I think it just would have come down to, like, Blue Eyes punching over Winged Dragon of Ra. Blaze Wing. Going into Freed. Wow, 6 Samurai are on the back foot. Could they lose? Could they drop off undefeated status? Are they washed? Are they cooked? Six Samurai desperately trying to keep their field with something. Ooh, that was a questionable move by Warrior Strike. That Just a Break was entirely unnecessary, and it killed their Freed. I think Warrior's through. Oh! They're not out of it yet. Though the attack point drops from this temple are killing. Uh-oh. Okay, it was looking even for a moment there, and then Six Samurai decided to win. Okay, Samurai remain undefeated for this round. Dragons Collide vs. Machina Mayhem is up next. Yeah, like, I think the only option if Merrick doesn't have Ra is, like, trying to stall out with Lava Golem and burning someone out of their life points. Because, like, you don't need to stall very long with Lava Golem. Like, Lava Golem and Nightmare Wheel. Oh, hey, it's Blue Eyes. Unfortunately, Blue Eyes is gonna run right into a Blast Sphere. Ooh, but the immediate tribute to blow up the Blast Sphere. Whitestone has no target. They're really gonna have to worry about milling themselves out. In comes Axe Dragonoot. Green Gadget hits the field. Ooh, Metal Morph. That's gonna stop the milling. Axe Dragonoot gonna punch over Green Gadget. Time Machine is gonna bring back a Green Gadget. Book of Moon for Red Gadget. Oh, here's Eclipse Wyvern. Here's Cyber Dragon. Dragon's Collide barely has anything left in its deck. Can they deal 2,400 damage before they deck out? Ceasefire hits for 2,000 damage. Tomato summons out Lord of D. Can they win with their last card? Red Ice Black Chick. Light Pulsar Dragon. D Prison. And Machina Mayhem summons their oh, nope, they just end and let them die to deck out. Hilarious. Will Dragons Collide get their revenge? Open up with a Kaiba Man summon. But no Blue Eyes in sight. Machina going to immediately get their ace out on the field. Three back row. One is going to pull out the heavy mech support platform. And attach it to the fortress. Okay. Good game. Nice knowing ya. Then the ceasefire finish. Just to meme. Yeah, like, for me, I consider Ace the most reliable, like, thing that the deck focuses around using. So, like, Machina Force is definitely stronger, but Machina Fortress is so much easier for the deck to use. It's also their cover card, so... You like my dueling lesson? Okay, cool. Zombie Master Gates of the Underworld. It's, like, not quite right, but it's, like, close enough. Tragodia gonna hit the field, but only has 1,500 creature swap for Tragodia. We're gonna make Tragodia weaker immediately by setting. And then Nightmare Wheel. Okay. We're gonna Dark Bribe the Foolish Burial. Tragodia is gonna punch out the cannon holder. Skull Invitation is active. Now any card that goes to the graveyard is gonna burn the owner for 300. We usually see this backfire on Merrick. Visor-Des is here to eventually blow up that other monster. In 3 turns, it's going to explode. Grapha is here. Grapha going to take out Visor-Des. Tragodia is going to take Grapha. And then get tributed for Legendary Fiend. God. The fact that... Oh, man. That's so funny. He creature swapped Tragodia from Underworld and then used Tragodia's effect to steal Grapha. Oh, I would still say Machina Force is a boss monster. I just don't consider it the ace. There are no extra deck monsters in this duel. None of the structure decks involved had any. Okay, Merrick is gonna take round 1. I don't think we have seen Force get summoned yet. Given how many rounds are gonna be in this tournament, there's a chance it will happen eventually. Goblin King summoned out. Dark Bribe for Dark Room of Nightmare. Temple of Kings gonna follow up. Drillago summoned out. Immediately we're gonna activate Skull Invitation. MST for Dark Deal. We did see Red Eye's Darkness Dragon earlier. That did get summoned. Tragodia going to take control of Drillago. Metal Reflect Slime going to block off Tragodia. Gravekeeper's Visionary going to take out Tragodia. Yeah, Dragon's Roar actually summoned out Darkness Dragon. And they won with it because they activated Dragon's Rage and pierced when they had like 3,900 attack. It was pretty cool. It was definitely a rare case of getting to see Dragon's Roar fire on all cylinders. And it was, they didn't win their match, but that was how they won their round. Yeah, Merrick's board is pretty strong right now. Skull Invitation is killing. Dark World is cutting it very close. If they discard 2 more cards, they die. Okay, Gates of the Underworld bringing it back. Wow. Super close. Okay. Necro Valley start from Merrick. Dark World Lightning gonna target a Spy, which is a good hit, and they're gonna discard a gold. Extremely strong start for Underworld. But they're gonna run into a Nightmare Wheel. That's gonna hamper their momentum a little bit. Gravekeeper's Guard. Gonna bounce gold. I would have left that on the field eating Nightmare Wheel, but that's just me, I guess. Gravekeeper's Visionary gonna go punch out gold. Dark World with nothing on the field. They are gonna eat a 2900 direct. Nope, Battle Fader will stop it. $1,600 direct. Battle Fader going to come back from Banish. Oh, Boganian's here. And yep, alright. That's gonna be Merrick taking one out from Gates of the Underworld. And now it's gonna be Dragoonity Legion versus Lost Sanctuary. Immediate Mirror Force from Dragoonity Legion on Shining Angel. Followed by final attack orders when they have no monsters. Levitin's on the field. Ooh, with double attack? Yikes. Alright, super strong start for Dragoonities. Game? Potentially? Yep, okay. Yikes. Super strong start for Dragoonity. Solidarity opening for Lost Sanctuary. Dux is gonna hit the field. Aeronite Parshath. Mausoleum of the Emperor going to be used to bring out Splendid Venus. Ooh, Venus destroyed. Can they get back into it, or are they cooked? Okay, they are cooked. Wow, okay. Super strong showing for Dragoonity Legion. Alright. That is gonna close us out for the matches tonight. So we got right now 3 decks that are still in have only lost. Cyber Dragons, Zombie World, and Synchron Extreme still have yet to get a win on the board. Hopefully they'll get one eventually. We got a few that have only gotten 1 win. Spellcaster's Command, though, I'm super hyped that they got their win. I gotta say, I wasn't expecting Gates of the Underworld to not be doing good. I thought they would do better. We have a few decks that are in the middle of the pack where they have 1-2 lost 2. We got our collection of decks that are 3-1 right now. I'm actually surprised Rise of the Dragon Lords is here. And I'm also surprised Saga of One Blue Eyes White Dragon is here. I am not surprised Dragoonity Legion is here. I'm not surprised Machina's here. I'm not surprised Merrick's here. It's funny to me Realm of Light is here and not in the undefeated deck section. Where we still got 4 undefeated decks. And just this is the progress of the tournament, everyone. This is how far along we are in it. It's gonna be a while before this project is done. But I am curious to see what things will look like over time. I think Fortress might wind up doing well. I might be, like, calling it early, but they're just kind of so disruptive to how a lot of the early decks play. And the AI is also very bad at dealing with Ordeal of a Traveler. So if you factor those 2 things in, I think Invincible Fortress is going to be a little higher than it might be if this was a person-piloted tournament. Samurai, 6 Sam, I'm not surprised they are here. And Warriors Triumph, I think, is the biggest surprise to me. I'm not surprised Fury from the Deep is doing as well as it is. But Warriors Triumph is definitely exceeding my expectations. Yeah, Samurai, like, we saw it today. Like, they just, like, turned around and summoned a field full of 2,000, like, 500 attack monsters, and then you're just like, okay, you're gone. Hi, I'm pretending to be a modern deck right now. So yeah, no, Samurai absolutely going to be a menace. I won't be surprised if Samurai Warlords win this whole thing. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what happens when some of these undefeated decks make, like, let's see, next time we do this, Dragon's Roar and Spellcaster's Judgment are going at it. We do have oh, okay, so one undefeated deck is going to get removed for sure, because Warriors Triumph and Invincible Fortress face off in the second match in the next round. Fury from the Deep is going up against Lord of the Storm. That is probably a free win for Fury from the Deep. Blaze of Destruction versus Dinosaur's Rage. Zombie Madness, Machine Revolt. Surge of Radiance, Hero Strike. Curse of Darkness, Synchron Extreme. Rise of Dragon Lords, Geargia Rampage. Dark Emperor, Realm of Light. Zombie World, Cyber Dragon Revolution. Oh, well, what? We have two decks that have never won a duel facing off next time too, with Cyber Dragons and Zombie World. So one of them is gonna get removed. We got Spellcaster's Command Saga, Warrior Strike, Onslaught, Machina Mayhem Realm, Merrick versus Samurai Warlords, Dragoon of the Legion, and then Dragons Collide, and then Lost Sanctuary, Gates of the Underworld. Blaze has indeed only won one time. Warriors Triumph versus Invincible Fortress, though, I think is going to wind up going to Invincible Fortress. Because if their equips get bounced, like, they're going to be in some major trouble. But, okay, that is going to be it for tonight, friends. Gonna be signing off for now. We'll be back at this again next Friday. Next video will be out Friday as well. Thanks for chilling. Was fun as always. I will see you all later.